this morning you had a situation where, a mob of protesters, students, aspirants, call them what you will, went to the Ballia railway station and they vandalized the train and shops at that railway station. The visuals shot by reporters show the mob, breaking window panes of a train in the presence of some police, or railway police at least, and they don't appear to be interfering at that point of time, possibly because they were outnumbered. However, later, there are visuals that show the police using force to disperse the mob. The police chief, however, has said that, it was dialogue that led to the dispersal of the mob. The district magistrate there has said that, look, we prevented them from doing any major damage. That in a way is correct, because the state was not set on fire, unlike the visuals that we are seeing from Bihar. And the mob did disperse after 20-30 minutes, but it did cause damage to that train that was stationed at the Ballia railway station, and also to shops on that platform where this took place. The moot point of the protest, or the grouse of the protesters, like you pointed out, appears to be that this is just a 4-year scheme and there appears to be no security after that. The government has intervened, it has responded to the protest, like you pointed out, by raising that recruitment age for 1 year. But it doesn't appear to have satisfied the protesters, because otherwise you won't have protests taking place this morning also. That said, I think nobody has the right to take the law into their own hands, and this is the message that the UP government keeps on giving. But one does hope that, the crackdown, or, the effort to stem it will be as unequivocal as it was in the last week when violence took place for other reasons. And also one does hope that this will not spread anywhere in Uttar Pradesh and elsewhere too, in Bihar or elsewhere, wherever it is taking place.
Alok, it's spread to 10 states so far. In fact, what we saw yesterday, we saw that 10 states is where protests took place against this new recruitment plan. And the mob that we're seeing from early this morning in Ballia, Alok, those visuals are very shocking, because they're quite large in number. And like you mentioned, and we heard the police say that they were there since early this morning. However, like you did mention, they were outnumbered. What is the situation like on the ground right now?
The situation is fine. Like I said, the protesters have dispersed for now at least, and one hopes that they will not return for any kind of violent protest. I also have to point out that a major focus of the police today is on Friday prayers in Uttar Pradesh. We know the background of that, given the violence last week. So, they have been focusing on that also, particularly in areas like Prayagraj, where I am right now. But they have said, and the police have said, that they will also issue alerts so that no violence or violent protests take place in relation to the Agnipath scheme also, given that many parts of Uttar Pradesh are also right next to Bihar, where there seems to be no end to these violent protests that are taking place.